Internet freedom. People saying things on blogs and in comments that might be offensive. The point being, you're offended, so what? It happens to me all the time. I'm an adult, not a baby. So why do we censor? Why do we control? Connie Fournier's site is Free Dominion, is that right?
That's correct. Now,
most people have no idea. Well, they know what a blog is, but they don't go to blogs and they're not that interested. But in the blogging world, you seem to be a national hero. Tell us about your story about the blog and what has happened to you.
Okay, Free Dominion is a message board. It's a little different from a blog because anybody can start their own topics.
I see.
And anybody can reply to those topics. So it's pretty open dialogue. We generally discuss things from a conservative perspective.
Yeah.
We've called ourselves the voice of principled conservatism because that's our goal. And so that's sort of the purpose behind it.
So people just go there and they start comments about various things, and other people reply, and maybe clever, maybe dumb, and yeah.
That's correct, yeah. And, you know, sometimes there are some very dumb comments that people make, but the nice thing about leaving it open and not interfering much is that they get exposed very quickly. When they say something dumb, then inevitably everybody piles on and explains to them why it was dumb.
Or just ignores them. I mean,
exactly.
Lots of people have the right to be dumb. You can watch publicly funded TV and see the most dumb things being said all the time.
That's
so
right.
what could offend anyone in any way about this? If you don't like it, don't read it.
Yeah. Well, that's been our point all along, that it's very easy to click away from a website that you don't like. And many people do. But
so what happened?
Well, what happened back in 2007 is somebody placed a link on our site to a flyer that he'd been handing out. It was actually Bill Wetcott, who's been in the news lately.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody filed a human rights complaint against our site. And
Bill Wetcott is I've known Bill. I mean, I think he's extreme, and I think he actually does a lot of harm to the Christian conservative cause. However, he says things about gay people. And again, if you don't like him, ignore him. Just ignore him. But I still don't see that the problem. A link to his leaflet. He posted a link to his leaflet.
That's correct.
So someone then went to the Human Rights Commission
and filed a complaint against us because that link was on our website. And so,
just before you go, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but with all due respect to the site, I only visited it last night when I knew you were on the show. Most Canadians haven't even heard of it, let alone visit it. The person to have visited it in the first place, why were they interested?
Well, that's a very interesting story because we did an access to information request with the CHRC years later to find out what had happened. Sorry. And we found out that the complainant in that case wasn't originally complaining about Free Dominion at all. She was complaining about a flyer that she had been handed by Bill Wetcott or put in her mailbox.
Right.
And when she contacted the CHRC, instead of telling her that it wasn't in their jurisdiction to go after him for a flyer, they suggested that she go after Free Dominion, and she had never heard. They suggested
it?
Yes, they had never heard of Free Dominion, or she had never heard of Free Dominion at the time, but they suggested that she go after us.
The Canadian Human Rights Commission suggests to someone complaining about something else that she should actually attack a site, your site, Free Dominion, which she then does, and then they accept the complaint?
Yes, and not only that, but the day before or the day of the time when they sent us the letter to let us know of the complaint, she had called them and asked them to drop the complaint against us. And instead of dropping it, they rushed around and got the letter in the mail to us so that they could say to her it's already on the way.
Now, I've been told that you have been financially penalized. You've had to spend a lot of money defending yourself. Is this true?
Yes. Well, the CHRC complaint itself was not too long. It was only about a month. So that wasn't too bad.
You had to pay for legal defense?
It resolved itself before we had to get into a lot of legal expenses. But then what happened was the subject of the CHRC became a hot topic. And a lot of things that were happening in the CHRC with their employees, etc., came to the surface.
I have to hurry you now, so let's get to the main points of what's... So you've been attacked for this leaflet, but that was done.
That resolved itself.
So what happens after that?
So it's been lawsuit after lawsuit
from
due to the discussion of the CHRC and the tactics they've used over the years.
So you discussing the Human Rights Commissions?
Yes.
And many people are. I mean, there's a lot to say, and I think they're horrendous, and what they've done has been oppressive and persecuting. You allowing it to be discussed on your site means that they have sued you?
That's right. We have 4 lawsuits that we're fighting at
From a government institution?
From individuals who worked for the government institution.
Oh, I see. I see. So individuals who work for it are suing you?
Yes.
They want money?
Yes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Their feelings have been hurt, so they want money?
Yes.
But I get my feelings hurt every day. I mean, people email me the most repugnant things about me, my children, and so on. I don't ask
Yes, I get those too.
Have you been threatened?
Yes. Yes. Actually, just after we put a full-page ad in the National Post about C-250, which was adding homosexuality to the hate speech provisions, I got a threatening email saying that we were going to be the first people that they went after.
Right.
And very shortly after that, a CHRC employee signed up on Free Dominion, and it's been crazy ever since.
Why would he sign up to your site? Why not just ignore it if you don't like it?
He said that, under oath, that he believed there was a possibility there might be a complaint against us. There wasn't a complaint against us at the time, but he was sitting there watching.
But why not just ignore you? There are loads of sites, and I happen to know they say things about me, so I don't go there.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with the censorship. You know, people want to censor people, and it's about power. It's not really about, you know, protecting people's feelings as much as it is controlling what people say.
So to conclude, you set up, an ordinary person, a place where those who are conservative, often not heard in mainstream media, now they can be on Sun News, can discuss ideas. Someone posts a link to a leaflet he had made. There's a complaint against you. Then there's a discussion of the Human Rights Commission on your site. Human Rights Commission employees go there. They actually become parts of the site to post and to listen to what others are saying. 4 of them are suing you for a total of how much? It must be almost $1 million.
Well, for 3 of them, it's $100,000 each. And then there's a copyright one as well, because we posted a speech.
So the best part of $500,000. That would bankrupt you, I would think.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. The legal fees.
Have you raped someone? Have you murdered someone?
No.
Have you called for Islamic terror? Because you should do that. If you do that, you'll probably get a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to have you back to discuss this at greater length and see what is happening. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.